Yeah. Yeah. So a very good evening to all the wonderful people who are watching live. So today is a day where I honor each and everyone. Today is a Guru Purnima day. So I honor each and every one of you and whoever is watching there. Everybody is my Guru because we are learning and from each and everyone. So basically learning and means my theory is learning to teach. And first of all, I'm thanking my mentor, Siddharth Shekhar, and those who are here. All are my mentors, right? I'm learning new things. Even my mentor is sitting another, that is Rahul, Dr. Dua, everybody is there, and Dr. Sharma, Dr. Chandralekha, from whom I'm also learning from everybody, from Kapil. So, yeah. And today I want to first honor here Rahul because I want to bring a revolutionary changes in HRM. So with the help of him only, I'm doing this. The thing is, he is the inspiration, yeah, for each and everything. Yes, yeah. So first, I should just request everybody to just to give him a round of applause because whatever the 100 episode and everything, whatever I did today, whatever I'm doing today is for him. And yes, the inspiration, whatever I get, and apart from it, I'm going to bring, I have done a lot of research on this. I'm just telling you the what exactly I'm bringing is in HRM and hypnosis together. I have already published my book, okay, where I have spoke about HRM and hypnosis. So in Indian market, it has not been there. US, UK already started. I have already in my book, the link will be provided in the description box. So you can go and purchase the book, or you can, if you want, you can see the book because you can take the sample. Okay. And I will be honored. I will be sharing this with the team over here. Thank you very much for the inspiration which you always gives me. So if you want to know more about HRM and how hypnosis is being converted, we both are welcoming me and Rahul for the same because I am just learning from him. I have not become expertise, but I'm doing a research work and he knows that how much time I give for my research and how much I'm dedicated towards my work. So definitely we will be there together to help you out in that case. So fine. So today's topic, the people who are watching are digital coaches, right? And we are the struggling coaches of the world, right? Because in India, what exactly we find is that in USA and UK, they know about what is coaching, right? But India doesn't know what is coaching. So here, whoever is sitting, have just first I would request each one of you to unmute. Okay, that is here comes first, then Chandralekha. According to this, so Dr. Chandralekha, you just unmute yourself. Kindly let me know what is your niche in 2 minutes, and who are your target market. What is your mission and the vision towards the world? I'm muting myself because there is a sound.
Okay. Yes, thank you for the wonderful introduction. Yeah, this is Dr. Chandralekha. I'm a yoga naturopathy physician and also Garbha Samskara coach. My target market is all the reproductive age group between 25 to 35 years, those who are pregnant couples. So yes, so I teach them about Garbha Samskara and all antenatal yoga, and also about the lifestyle, what they have to live during pregnancy and how to nurture the soul inside the womb, which is growing inside, so that we can implant the best samskaras right in the womb. So that is my main intention, where I can serve not only the mothers, but also the upcoming next generation in a better way. So that itself can help better in the best upcoming future. Yes, this was about Garbha Samskara and what I do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Devasmita, you're muted.
You are on mute, Devasmita.
Yeah.
Please unmute.
Dr. Sharma, please come.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. A good evening to all of you, and happy Wonderful Guru Purnima to all my gurus and everybody, because everyone from whom we learn is our guru, right from a small child to the elderly one. So I am Dr. Kshama Kulhali. I have been a hardcore professor and a teacher in an engineering college over 38 years. And I am used to offline everything, teaching. And since I am a computer science engineer and I did my artificial intelligence, machine learning, I was teaching all these subjects. But during the COVID, when I shifted myself to digital and life coaching and other skills under the mentorship of Siddharth, Pooja Puneet, Rajiv, all these people are, our mentors. Of course, we have learned a lot of things from Rahul and everybody else here. But I myself is a neuroscience researcher. So because we started with artificial intelligence and machine learning, so we start with neurons. So I said, what is there in the brain? Why people after a particular age starts forgetting things? They go brain fog. They don't remember the dates. They don't remember the birthdays or to-do list. So many 3-4 words come, 3-4 goes off. Same repetition of the story. Why this is happening? And actually, it started happening to me when I entered at the age of 40. So then I didn't give up because I was an academician. And since I thought, anyway, I'm researching, why not connect to the neuroscientists, neurologists, neurosurgeons, and so many people. I did a lot of research. And then I took so many parts from them and developed some neuroscientific tools by which I implemented on myself. And I achieved excellent result. I also participated in Brainathon competition and I won silver medal. There I said, ye chalta hai. This is works. Wow. So when I know all these things and these mentors, they sow the seed of, teaching it, giving a value, service to people. I said accessibility is good, personal approaches could be there, tailor-made sessions could be there, flexibility is there. You can connect to the entire world. You can connect to the people. So all around, why not do it? So I am teaching cognitive fitness. That is just taking care of your brain. If you fix up one thing in your body, entire body, to be a super growth or super grow or change your life, entire lifestyle and everything is only one organ. And that organ is brain. Because mind is also always a metaphysics. Mind doesn't exist. Brain exists. Brain is an organ. Everybody can see the brain. So once you fix up the brain, the mind changes. A better brain has got a better mind. Vice versa may not be true. Because I think the hardware fixing is very important than the software. If the hardware is good, the software automatically will change it. So I'm on a mission to help all the women or men, whoever requires my help, to fix up the brain issues using those 6 pillars of brain health, which are called as neuroscientific tools. And I'm coaching that, and my coaching journey has begun, and it is being fantastic response. Thank you so much.
Next comes the cool Kapil.
Okay, hello all. Yes, kind of. Rahul is my coach as well, my consistency coach, right? And slowly I'm making him my 2 a.m. friend also. Let's see how it goes. But yes, as far as my journey is concerned, I've been into the education sector since 1990, right? And initially I began as a tutor, computer science, and slowly I, turned to counseling. That that sooner or later, while discussing it with my students, I felt that there was a gap, and they were able to connect with me better than their parents. So many a times they wanted me to talk to their parents and help them out. And that is how my counseling journey began. Currently, I position myself as a study abroad expert, though I've been doing high ticket consulting earlier. But in this, when I connected with Siddharth, I actually tweaked it into for those students who feel that study abroad is expensive. I want to prove them it's as good as studying in India. no major difference, right? So I'm basically targeting high school students for the undergrad course, and of course for masters also, right? So that is my niche, and I'm helping them out. First of all, telling them the whole process, guiding them through the process, and then we take the journey forward. That's it.
Sweet and simple. Thank you. Yeah, Dr. Dua, only 2 minutes. Kindly unmute yourself, Dr. Dua. Are you doing self-talk or? Yeah, okay. Okay, so the last person will be very special. But before this, let me check with Dr. Dua where he gone. The hero comes always at the last, not in the first. So, okay. So,
He's
okay.
the showstopper, eh?
Yeah, he is the showstopper anyways. Rahul, if I can bring him first. So, okay, let's see. Okay, let's Dr. Dua. I don't know. Let him come back because he is shifting. We can understand this, but the way, okay, yes, he has logged out by mistake. Okay, so you people have to wait
Back.
for Rahul because Rahul will not come so fast. I will not allow him
He
so
is
fast.
coming,
To come.
he is logging in.
Yeah, he is logging in. First, Dr. Dua, and
He's
then
here.
now he is a show.
Let's listen 2 minutes from him.
Let's listen. Yeah, where is he by the?
Where I am, because light is not there because of bad weather.
Okay,
Wow.
where you are, there is light always. Dr. Dua
You
brings
are
lights
here.
in everybody's life. So we
Okay.
have to andhere se enjoy karo Dr. Dua ko. Yeah, the podcast
Okay.
from Dr. Dua. Yeah, your voice.
Good evening. I am a professor of surgery and I am teaching general surgery to the dental students, third year dental students. Plus, second thing is I am also running a brand called Sanjeevani Boutique. So for that teaching purpose, I am just trying to change the system that students really are not interested in learning. As Professor Shama can totally agree, I don't know. Because as these people are more exposed to the media and they are more interested in partying and everything instead of getting a real knowledge. So for that, I have created fun, learn and earn system. First, you have to create some fun in the learning and only then you can engage them in the learning process. Second is my brand is that is Sanjeevani Boutique, and that Dr. Shama and Dr. Chandralekha and everyone that feel that we are living in a life that is full of many toxins. Most of the diseases that we are suffering from, these are 90% are man-made. So just I want to that we cannot expect that we can live a toxin-free life. At least we can reduce the level of toxin that we are consuming. So my main mission is to teach the people to give some knowledge that how without spending too much you can lead a low toxin life. So that if somebody says that that person is smoking for 84 years and he had not developed any kind of problem. Because whatever the toxin we consume, the same toxin that will not remain the same, because it has to undergo various kind of biochemical changes in the body, in the liver, and when it reaches to the gut, the lot of bacteria are there, they cause the degradation and chemical changes in that toxin. So that toxin, instead of behaving in the same way, it can behave in a many way. It may act synergistically with the some and antagonist with the some. So that's why it is very important to decrease the level of toxin that we are consuming just by changing our lifestyle, the things we are consuming, the, you can say the things we are using. Just like the plastic is one thing that we cannot live without plastic. So we can just keep on decreasing the level of plastic that we are using, and if we have to use very cautiously. So that is my aim. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Goa. Yeah, now the showstopper is coming. Yeah, now over to you, Rahul. Yeah, yes.
So where do I begin from? I think before I tell you a little bit about what I do, hats off to you, Devasmita, for your energy, for your undying optimism in people that you help tirelessly, endlessly, in different at different phases of their journey. And I'm sure if you were to take even if you were to do, as you would say, research, like do a dipstick of the people that you have helped, people are indebted to your undying faith and belief in them, even when they themselves are doubtful sometimes. Can I learn digital marketing? Can I do a podcast? Right. So I know that anecdotally and even otherwise, I know that you've really been there rooting for people. So, especially on a day like today, I think it's important that you are also felicitated and recognized for what you do. Having said that, today I'm at a point where when I work primarily with digital coaches, I focus on helping digital coaches who are at a point where they have actually spent their time, their focus, their intention on learning tools, technology, and being with mentors, but somehow they've not yet been able to apply it in their own lives, right? So they know a lot, but somehow they're feeling stuck. That is really my forte. And I've been very blessed to have, over a 15 to 18 year period, I have finally found my muse, which is hypnosis. I live and breathe it. I don't wait for a session to happen. I just speak it. So I practice a combination of conversational hypnosis as well as the more overt hypnosis, which means I'll tell you, like take a deep breath and close your eyes. That's overt. There's also the conversational part. But, beyond how I do what I do, I think what's really important is, as digital coaches, especially today, we really need to tap into our belief systems. We really need to be able to believe that we have been given it's almost like a birthright to be able to help other people. And especially today, we know that we need to take the advantage of digital marketing. You can't run away from it. And things are only getting more and more, I won't say complex, but they're definitely getting more technological day by day by day. Today, we've got AI, just the beginning of it. And there's a lot more that's coming in the days ahead. So my intention is to help digital coaches, really be able to tap within and build these powerful, positive self-beliefs so that they can step up, they can do podcasts, they can do videos, whatever it is that they need to get their word out there. Because honestly, the world needs us. The world needs all of us, right? And we are very blessed to have this gift, which we now get to share with the world. So it's really important that we just show up. And of course, the tagline is maximize your market value, which means you can ask for the price that you know that you are creating value in the lives of others. So that's really, been my journey over the last, now, if I look back, close to 20 years. And I feel really blessed to be here and to look at literally like a screen full of familiar faces. We've all interacted at different points in different locations for different reasons. So it feels really, really good to be here like this, especially on a day like today. Yeah. So that's me.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Rahul, and another thing, what exactly, now let's come to the question answer, because people are waiting for the question answers. So as a digital coach over here, we are all from the different industries. Some are from the medical, some are from the health and wellness, some are from the services, right? We are, like me and Kapil is for the career, we are developing somebody's career, right? We are helping the companies also. Now, as a digital coach, how much for everyone this question is. It is challenging for you because do you feel that every industry should hire a digital coach for giving the proper guidance to them? Yeah. Take 2 minutes to decide and just come, whoever is comfortable with the question, just unmute and then start.
Actually, coming from a engineering and education background, I remember when I was doing my engineering in 84, I graduated. That time there were no computers only. There were hardly Z80, one chip, microprocessor chip had come. So in 80s, there were no computers. Exactly after 10 years, there were computers, there were networking problems. We wanted internet work. And then 2000, computer, everybody had laptop and desktops and everywhere. After exactly 10 years, we started thinking that security was an issue, how the servers will work, how the routers will work, connectivity was an issue, 5 kbps, ding, 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 that is, every time it is rotating, processing. When is it going to be nice? YouTube and all were just a dream. Ye kab hoga? You were not even, simple YouTube and all, sending mail was also a problem. Exactly after 10 years, 2020, Zoom, ekdam shift. There's there was a revolution, like computers were there, connected, networking was there. Not only that, this COVID happened and Zoom, everybody came on the platform. Such a blessed we were all, we could connect to each and everyone in a remote place. We had a flexibility of working, adaptability was there. We could do it at our ease. We could just lie down and listen to what is going on. We could learn anything at our own pace, not sitting in a classroom, karke. No, we were not sitting like this. And the mood also, we could have tea, we could sip this, that flexibility was not there in the offline mode. So students and everybody, when I was teaching, it was online only. So then this digital coaching started. Everybody had their niche, everybody had their topic they could approach, and this, digital coaching became a supreme, super high on the top. And now, though, there's no question, it has become a, super good. And Devasmita bringing all of us together to talk on this issue is another in the top, on the cherry on the top of the cake. Thank you. I hope I answered.
Thank you.
To add to that, I think your question, it's a very important question, right? You said, do all companies or do all organizations? If you can refresh.
Exactly, yeah.
All companies, all organizations, right? Yeah, I think
industries,
all industries.
We are all, yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think it's in fact going a step further. Today we're talking about having AI officers in all companies, in all industries. So by definition, or rather by logic, having AI like a chief of AI, that's going to happen sooner or later. So therefore, having digital coaches that's a given, right? So it's really, really important that we continue to do what we're doing the way we're doing it, because when this becomes normal, I still remember talking like 2015, 2016, we would do Skype-based coaching, right? Which was like an absolute anomaly. Like you probably knew less than a handful of people who were doing Skype-based coaching.
I do it even today.
There you go, right? So it was a very tiny sliver of people that realized the power of it. And it's only a matter of time. I think it's for people like us, because we show up like this, because we keep creating, it's reminding, and it's putting a word out there that, if you don't know how to do this in any particular industry, right? There are people out there that are more familiar, that are more well-versed, that are more well-read in these areas. Like even if you do a scan of this room as a representation, right? We've all spent a fair bit of time learning how this works, right? For some, like Dr. Sharma, it's been, decades of learning, like way before technology kind of caught up. Like today, it's become commonplace, right? Like machine learning today, like sort of the quote unquote common man at least has heard of ML, right? Versus like 5-10 years ago, nobody knew what ML was.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the reason, I took up in 2021 doing post-graduation in AI/ML
Beautiful.
because it was coming up.
Yes.
And now prompt engineering and
Yes.
these artificial tools are.
Yeah. I think it's the more people like us keep talking, the more people who are at the top will realize that, if they don't know, they need to reach out to learn, because it's just a matter of time. And mind you, this is before our goggles come on, right? It's literally, you look at the next 1 to 3 years, goggles will become the new Zoom, right? So it's literally, and as I said, it's a beautiful question that you asked. It's literally across all industries. And it's people like us that's why when I said it, like digital coaches, we truly are blessed to have picked up on this, whether you can say because of COVID or otherwise, but we're really blessed to have picked up on realizing that we needed to skill ourselves, right? So it's just a matter of time.
Adding to this, so I'll try to be more specific as to what is being done. I started my digital coaching journey somewhere around 2010. I was teaching online, but in those days, none of the Indian parents would even try that out, right? But Indian teachers were very much in demand abroad. Everybody wanted, like in US, UK, everybody wanted to study, especially mathematics, from Indian teachers. But the irony was that Indian students way back home didn't want to study online from the same teachers, right? Now talking about the industry, now the not the digital coaches, but the entrepreneurs are using that medium for training their employees, right? Because whenever some new employee joins, they give him some videos to watch so that he gets trained for all that. And you won't remember that, like we are talking about AI and ML today. I just uh, 2 days back I went to the Spanish embassy and they were sending for Erasmus Mundus scholarships to European Union. And there I came to know that they sent Indian students for a bachelor's degree in artificial intelligence way back in 2011. And that is the power, or you can say the updation of knowledge abroad, right? We are talking here today. So eventually, yes, that is going to happen. In MNCs, AI is being used in a big way. So people will have to accept to that. And it is useful also. It saves time. It saves in COVID, many of my entrepreneur friends said that their sales people did a wonderful job sitting at home instead of moving around the country looking for orders. So the cost was less, time was saved, and revenue was more. And online degrees are now obviously talk of the town. You can take a degree from Harvard sitting back in India itself. That is the beauty of it.
Yeah, Harvard, Stanford all came in the bedroom only in the laptop. So,
Right, right.
yeah, very true.
Yeah, please add Dr. Dua and Dr. Chandralekha.
Yeah, thank you. So coming to my industry, like pregnancy and all, especially traveling in pregnancy is a big headache for any pregnant couple, it could be. So especially getting all the information and also guidance, coaching, consulting, everything from their home has become one of the biggest advantages for me as well, and also for all the pregnant couples and also pregnant women especially. So they can clear all their doubts right from their home. They can do yoga, they can come to couple consultation and everything can be done from their home, which has become a biggest advantage for all of them. Yeah, so this is from my side.
Dr. Chandralekha just coined a new term, pregnant couple. So the husband also feels the same way actually during that period.
Yeah. Because in pregnancy, everybody speaks only about the woman, but what is important to notice, both the husband and also wife are both important for pregnancy.
Yeah, thank you for understanding our feelings.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Dua. Yes, your light is going. The fact
Yeah,
is, when
they,
you're light, no, I'm just fluctuation. When Rahul is telling some truth, no, then your light is coming. And when Rahul is stopped, your light is gone. I don't know what exactly is going on.
I myself don't know.
We are all
One
connected.
thing I agree with Kapil ji, that in India, the students are not willing to study from the teachers in India. They are looking for something else abroad. If that person is teaching that may be far inferior than the Indians. So दोबारा पढ़ने की जरूरत है. The same thing. So, and when I tell them from where they are studying at the end of the session, just day before the exam, they are just searching the YouTubes where they get the answers and they get the lectures. So one day I told them that show me that you can say the channel which you are watching. So when I watched a single topic, I found that there were many things that they don't teach or something like that. They are not giving the true concept what they're teaching. So when I asked the question and some student gave the answer that from where you get these answers, sir, YouTube में देखा था sir, just give me the channel number or channel name so that I can see, and then they open that channel and that chapter. So still I find that there is some deficiency either in the teachers or in the books they are reading. So a lot of books are there. Even in my medical college, I find that only 2 or 3 books, that one was a pharma book. That book was just like a storybook. You keep on reading, and you don't feel that you are actually reading the subject. There are a lot of practical aspects and practical things over there. So we have to follow those things. We have to engage the students so that they feel some energy and some fun in the studies.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
I agree with
Other-
Dua, Dr. Dua, that whenever I'm also a part of it, which I did almost 38 years. We always teach, what to study, what to do, what. It's a rote repetition, like, and that makes them perfect. In fact, we should add a little bit of like how to study, how to apply, how to do it, and that's what digital coaches are making now. Complex things, they're making it very simple and giving it. That's the reason everybody is liking. Sorry for the interruption.
No,
Teachers
no.
don't-
So one thing I have also one day shared with Rahul and Devsmita, then be on the driver's seat when you are facing the viva. So the way you lead the examiner will go there. If you don't know the answer, you simply say that, sir, I don't know. But instead of they're giving the wrong answer in the wrong path, so in the wrong subject, they're moving into and they're going into totally into the dark in the topic they don't know. So simply by keep saying that once you lose the driver's seat, then you're nowhere. In theory, you can manage because you're not in front of us. Whatever you have written, we take it for granted that you know only these things. So that is my main issue, that with digital coaching, we can give so much information to the students who are not able to attend the college or who are at a far distant places. or even from home, they can learn many things. So first thing is that first we have to learn all those things, how to make that teaching a fun way and give them to the precise, crisp manner so that they don't feel bored. And we have to move with their pace. We have to go into their mind that this student is having the learning capacity of this much, and this is, if we teach the same thing to all the students at the same pace, many students they excel and many they leave behind. And I also don't believe that the student who has not passed the exam, that student is not good at the studies. Only thing is that he has not developed the interest in that. So when we were in the college, the ratio between the boys and girls was just 80 to 20. In engineering college, it was
Only two girls.
only
We
4
were,
or 5
we were only
girls,
two.
even 1 or 2. So right now when I am teaching, so the same reverse thing. In the whole batch, only 4 or 5 boys are there and mainly the girl students are there.
80-20 principle.
No, not madam, 80-20. It is 99
80.
into
80 girls are there, 20 boys are there.
yeah. That it is. So this is the thing. So but I find that the most of the girl students, those who are entering into these, just they want, maybe parents, they push them 30%, 40%, they leave the dentistry. Right from the second, third year, they decide that they don't want to pursue. I have gone into the detail and asked from many students. Some say that we are under just the pressure from the parents or the peer pressure that we are into, and we are totally not interested in doing the dentistry. Either I will do some something in hospital management or some designing or something else. So there are many interests. So instead of looking for the or knowing the interest of our own children, we are just pushing them, and ultimately what result we get, that either the student leave the college or leave the branch and then they choose. I have seen many students, many my colleagues, their kids, they just left 4th year, 3rd year in the MBBS. I cannot do that. One of my colleague, his son was just, he pushed him into the computers and he could not sit in front of the computer for half an hour. So it is not the responsibility of the teacher or the society, it is also the responsibility of the parents also. So they should spend some time and find that what their kids are interested in. So I have left my kids that whatever you want, whether you want to go into the medical, engineering, BCom, whatever. My one son is doing the law and second is preparing for engineering. They're not interested in going into the medical. It's okay with me and I am comfortable with that. Now they are doing very well in the law. See, had I pushed them into the medical or engineering without their interest, that the same disaster is
Dr.
going to
Dua,
happen.
that is the reason now in the schools, it has made this national education policy, they have made it mandatory to make an aptitude test for the children on the 5 dimension for the 64 different parameters. And looking at their aptitude, they have to select that. That is what is made mandatory now. Yeah. Additional.
That's a great attempt by the government.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I thank you all, you people, and especially the Devsmita, who tries and do every effort she can do to bring all the, we can say, the digital teachers or the students of Rajshekhar. So I cannot express that she is so helping to everybody, and I have found that she is helping at one end these and other end these, and making the website for these and doing the podcast for somebody else. So thank you very, very much. and I have to leave because only 1 or 2% battery is left, and now the previously light was going and now it phone will shut down. Okay, thank you very much.
See you, Dr. Dua.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. And thank you for coming and honoring us. Yes.
No, Dev Smita, my honor that you have invited me and I was not in a position to attend. I just opened and found your message. I thought that as long as I can attend, I have to attend. So thank God nobody came today. So I'm free.
Yeah, thank
you. Okay, bye. Good night.
Good night. Yeah. So if I'm audible, just a second. Is I'm audible once again because my internet was so hard. So yeah, now the question, it's an interesting discussion between Dr. Sharma and adding to this, a lot of good discussion was happening. Now my another question comes. Yeah, I remember one topic you have chosen, Rahul, that is how authentic as a cut. Okay, you remember that where this topic of the cuts and the how you have generated, because how people will be as a digital coach. Okay, where people will have a discussion, right? We have to be authentic from our guts, right?
My gut. Okay, got it.
Yes. Hope you
Hmm.
remember that.
Hmm.
So this question is that how means as a digital coach, because there are so many shiny options. Okay, I'm not using this because we are also starting up. People will think if they are considering them, how to be authentic in that case, right? As from the guts. So hope you have reframed it, because Rahul has a good thing that I can reframe it. Please reframe this question and please over to you. I'll start with you because you have already did a live on this, and I will be sharing the link in the description so that you can go to his live and you can see. Yeah.
I think I'll start from the place of body wisdom, right? Especially at a point in time where we are constantly getting bombarded visually by new ways, new strategies, new this, new that, like you use the word shiny objects. As a digital coach, and I'm just only referring to digital coaches, I think what's important is as long as you constantly are checking in, and you can call it gut, you can call it intuition, you can call it, like I said, your body wisdom, you'll know if you're on track or if you're not following your inner wisdom, right? So when I'm talking about being authentic, that could be whether you're creating a podcast, whether that could be doing a webinar, or just being with your audience, your community. Being authentic is something that goes across. And the beautiful part is the moment you are not being authentic, you'll start to get signals in your body. Now, for most of us, sadly, we've not been taught that in school. So as adult learners, and you can see it literally even in this room, right? It doesn't matter what age group we fit into. We've all somewhere got this drive to keep learning, right? And that it's not just about learning in a way which is more sort of the logical stuff or more of the left brain stuff. We're also constantly working on ourselves, working on our inner beings, right? So as long as a digital coach, as long as you keep doing the kind of things that we are doing, it will help you stay connected to your gut. You use the word gut. What came to me was body wisdom, but in essence,
Yes,
that is one way. That is one way to stay connected to your inner driver, right? Because the moment you start saying things that you don't believe in, because that's what will feed the algorithm, or because that's what is the latest trend, is where you start being out of sync, out of balance with your intuition, with your gut. And then pretty soon you will find yourself, either you will continue to be a digital coach without really being authentic, or you'll realize that you've kind of, you've swayed off your path. And lastly, just to, wrap that for a moment, Even if momentarily, as a digital coach, if you lose your way, it's okay, because we're all human, and in wanting to project on the outside more of what's on the inside, sometimes we can lose our way. But the good news is that becomes a reminder to come back on track. So that's just one way to respond to what you were saying just now. And yeah, I'll put it back into the forum.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%, 100% with Rahul, what he said. But adding to that, any teacher, any coach, any trainer, when you're mentoring, that has to come from your heart, that service and giving value and change their life, their trajectory. Sometimes some sentence, some words change the trajectory. Thank God we are not been, attracted to the shiny object. We have already been very successful in choosing the right mentors, like Sits and Pooja and Rajiv. I keep on taking their names only, because they are the mentors from where mainly we have learned. And they have that code of honor. They say integrity, honesty, growth, excellence. These are all the values we have already programmed our hardware so well that we are committed to give 10x value. Even if whoever wants it, we give 10x value, and we are not of those type of things. Of course, there are some people, if you sit in a bar and you drink lime juice, they will say, "Hey, to pagal pakka pee raha hai." So that's what it is, so even if some one or two people are like this, and we should time and over prove that if you don't get the results, something like money back policy, or something like we are committed, or this. And that's the reason, digital coaches should have these core values of integrity, honesty, growth, excellence, result, and tribe building, and community, and accountability. These are the must. And of course, gut is our second brain. So it has to,
Oh, yes. Well said.
Truly. Over to any of this panelists, please.
Are there many questions? Are there many questions, or only 3, 4?
Sorry, the sounds are there. Yeah, I missed a word.
How many questions are there, I said?
There are 1,000 questions, because I'm a question generator. How many questions you want? Yeah, Rahul also gets whenever he's like, okay, stop. Okay, tomorrow I will give your answer. Over to you, Kapil and Dr. Chandralekha.
See, no doubt authenticity is the key, right? And we have chosen all these careers not as compulsion, but as a choice. Earlier, maybe we were in different fields, as Dr. Sharma was teaching, I was also. But somewhere down the line, we realized that there is more to what we want to do. And for example, why I am in this field, I would say thanks to my students. They wanted me to come. Otherwise, I was happy teaching, right? But when I realized, yes, I can make that difference, I can help them out, then there was some spark, right? I thought, yeah, this is something. Because otherwise, when I was in school, like in class 10, I had never dreamt of taking consultancy as a career. It was nowhere in sight. And now I enjoy it so much that I don't even correct. Hobby became a profession. So I'm enjoying my work, and for enjoying my work of pursuing my hobby, I'm charging money.
Great.
Yeah, I request whoever was recording can record it, please, because there is an internet issue from my end as well. I think Rahul, you can record it.
You will have this anyway on Facebook, Devasmita. Your hack will work.
Okay, no problem.
You can just download it later.
Okay, done. Yeah, over to you, Kapil.
Now Chandralekha.
Okay, great. Yeah. So again, coming to authenticity from my side, what I take from my side is that whatever we are giving, it should come from our heart, not from a pocket. How much they are paying and how much we are giving. So because the kind of service, especially coming to health and all of that, comes with a lot of care and compassion. So it is for their betterment of their health and also for their entire life. It is not only for that period of pregnancy or only for that child until the birth. It is for the entire life of the child. So that's how this integrity is very, very important, and sticking to the code of honor is very important, which saves ourselves from us. So somewhere we should not get attached with any worldly things, especially when we are serving them. So that is my main intention of being like having better integrity or having complete service mind. Especially once we are into the coaching, we have to give 100%. That's what I believe.
Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Really interesting. Yes, definitely. We should be authentic from our hearts, because heart from the guts, because full body we have, if we are delivering, while we are giving the values, here, physical, emotionally, we have to get in touch with them, right? Connections. Building connection is important. That is when we are giving a hug to someone. That is what recently I heard. I was very much skeptical in my, before going to any of the training. I'm thankful to Rahul once again, because and Veena for the same, because they have asked me to please go to this, because I have a lot of things in my life. I thought that I should be aloof from the world, and there are certain things. Pain is there within me, because from my boss has harassed me in such a way that he has pushed me into the house. He has asked me not to come out from your house. You don't have to go deliver or help anyone. Means you can do from the home only. So there are certain painful things which I will again come up with the Bosmita. She is doing another wonderful job in abuse. Okay, with abusive discussion. I will come with her once with few people again. So there are a lot of things, because there are things which we have to come out with the abuse. Okay, the sexual abuse, the all sorts of things which has been a trauma for everybody, right? So before going this, yeah, as a coach, as a digital coach, we are now, we have to help the Bosmita case, because she is coming to me many a times saying that how, since everybody has faced in our life certain depressions, I was into deathbed for 3 months. So I thought of, when I get connected with my mentor, okay, yeah, we all have spoke about Siddharth. So yeah, I connected with him because I am of his age actually. So whatever he is speaking that time, he was speaking about my heart. Okay, I was thinking, he is my spokesperson. I don't know how I think that why he is speaking my pain, how can he comes to know? This way, the authenticity comes from the point of view of the right, authentic coach. What exactly I felt in that time. Yeah, and I get connected with Rahul very easily, because that time once I thought, yeah, he is also what exactly I am wanting this hypnosis. I never heard about hypnosis earlier. When I came to know about this quit smoking, I introduced him in other platform, though we are from the same platform. But when the quit smoking came in mind, then I thought of my father. I will be calling one diabetic coach also wellness. She is also the thing is, yeah, I will be calling her as well. Because diabetes causes cancer, and his wife also, Meena, also faced the same. Okay, Meenakshi also faced the same. So I will be calling her in one of the discussion. So there are a lot of things to learn and grow in hypnosis world. There are a lot of things in the wellness There are a lot of things in the how it is helping, right? And since you are Chandralekha, Dr. Chandralekha, you are talking about Garbha Sanskaram, right? If I'm just pronouncing it properly.
Correct.
Yeah. So over there, how much it is influencing and how much hypnosis can help in this case. I want Dr. Sharma to add in this because she is also dealing with the brain. Yeah, please, over to three of you. And Kapil, also you please add. Yeah, or you can just record it. Yeah, or you can add.
Right. Again, birthing is all like a preparation. It's not only like a crash course that happens right only in the 9th month. Many people think that only if we put more effort in 9th month, then we can go for a normal labor. That's the biggest myth what people carry. It's all the preparation right before conception and then continues during pregnancy. And coming to hypnosis and pregnancy, again, there is a special concept called as hypnobirthing. So that also really helps for the labor and also a good parenting. So there is a special concept which helps with that. And also coming to Garbha Samskara, again, it is a kind of lifestyle what a complete pregnant couple practice throughout pregnancy, which prepares them physically for the pregnancy, like to handle with all the physical changes and all of that, and also emotionally. So what all emotional changes they go through, all mood swings, anger, and many other emotions do come naturally. So to welcome all of these changes, the preparation is must and should. And also spiritual part of preparation is the most important thing. So that is why even the child who is growing inside, the baby is also growing inside, has all the dimensions, and it is super duper intelligent to learn all of these very beautiful skills right in the womb itself. So that beautiful kind of skills it can take up right in the womb. So we have to actually take advantage of this so that the child can learn a lot of things and can become a wonderful person even before birth. Such immense power it has. So yes, even during this phase, hypnosis also works like miracle.
Yeah, when hypnosis comes, please, Rahul, please come forward. And please, I want this discussion and I want this recording. Because the recording is not happening. I want please, Rahul, please.
It's happening. Trust me, it's happening. You just
It's
have to
happening,
download
yeah,
after this.
I can see live Facebook here, so it's happening. So
It's
don't
happening.
yeah.
Trust in the Zuck. That's also a hypnotic command. Go ahead, ask a question again, please.
Okay. So how, because Garbha Sanskaram, because I am, this type word is very difficult.
So you want our views on that, no? Whatever
Exactly.
Chandralekha is doing.
Yeah, from the womb, the child is developing, right?
Yeah,
So, hypnosis.
absolutely.
Yes.
I will tell you. Can I start? Because there is a little.
Yeah, yes, always welcome. Yeah, because
So the brain consists of neurons, like all the other cells, and the neuron starts developing from the womb of the mother.
Exactly.
And from the womb to the grave, those neurons, the brain has to work, irrespective of the rest that the other bodies take, but the brain does not rest. It works 24/7 endlessly. The more better sanskara you give when the neurons are under development, then the brain is definitely going to, if a mother sings, the children generally, hereditary or genetic also. So what I feel is the proper nourishment, DHA and FPA, some supplements are there. The doctors also prescribe those prescriptions. Reason being, the neurons have to be very active and the brain has to develop well.
Yes.
Remember, even if your hands don't work, legs don't work, nothing works, it's okay. But the brain has to be good because that's the only organ which takes care of everything. And you have to just see them in the 4 perspective. That is, one is actually biologically whether the brain is correct or not. You have to low.
There is some connection
and all those things and all, prefrontal cortex and all. So sometimes something will be here and there minor. Accordingly, their behavior will be there. Either the child will be calm or angry, or very hyperactive, introvert, extrovert. All these things, they are able to, am I able to hear? Because it's showing my internet is, are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
now I can
wonderful.
hear you.
Then second one is psychologically. Psychologically, it has to be, you have to assess the brain psychologically. And the third one is spiritually.
Hmm.
You have to assess them in the third connection is there between the other. So these are the four aspects by which you can see the entire development of the brain, and the brain development starts in the womb. That's what is my
Yes. Just to add a point with the Dr. Kshama, so almost the speed of neuron generation is about just in a minute, 2.5 lakh neurons are forming in the womb. So that is the speed, like how brain faster develops in the womb. So with this speed, if a mother and father both, and in fact, the entire family gives the right samskaras, that means we are nurturing the right thing at right time. So that can stay just not to the child, but also there to the grandchild. Because what samskaras we give to the child in the womb, that is transferred to the next two generations.
You remember Chandralekha Abhimanyu.
Yes, exactly.
This thing. He was in mother's womb and he heard that chakra.
Yeah, Chakravyuha. Correct.
He did not listen to, he slept off.
Fully.
So
Yeah.
those people remember. That's one thing. Second is such a tiny little jelly-like pinky, 80% of water, 60% of fat, only weighing just 2% of your weight, but consumes 20% of your calories and 20% of the oxygen. It's such a
Correct.
miraculous gift given by us. Innovation, growth, challenges, problem solving, everything comes from brain.
Correct.
That's very important. Yeah. I'm a teacher. I keep on speaking. Huh? That's a problem. Somewhere you have to stop a break. I have to remind myself.
Just to add, I love the fact that we're talking about one stage, which is where the child is in the process of, growing into a moving, walking, talking human, right?
Hmm.
What I find interesting now, and this is something that I've noticed of late, is using hypnosis even in a family of adults, meaning mother and father, and the child, let's say, could be in their teens, could be, late teens even. There's a lot of reprogramming that can be done. It's like, I'm sure you've heard of reparenting, right?
Yes.
For a lot of, especially a lot of coaches, when they discover that, okay, they need to do a lot of self-work, one of the aspects that they may be drawn to is reparenting, right? Which is basically where you go back in time, going back to your own childhood experiences. But what I find interesting, and I'm saying this also because you're talking about, Garbha Samskara, and you're talking about young parents, like really young parents.
Yeah.
This is, you can sort of use the term slightly older parents, where their kids are, grown up, but it's beautiful because making them aware of even the language that they're using, right?
Exactly.
So parents have the coulds, the shoulds, you must not, right? You should, you have to, right? And these are things that for most of us, when we grew up, we were not even aware of it, right? So it's a real privilege to be able to work with parents. And I have clients who are at a point where they're willing to work them and their child, and that makes a huge difference. And I keep reminding them that most parents today, most families today do not even think of this. Like in the West, it's still a slightly more known concept. Like family therapy it's been around since 60s, 50s, 60s. There's a very famous therapist called Virginia Satir. And for those, coaches who have discovered NLP or neuro-linguistic programming, a lot of the history of neuro-linguistic programming is linked to the work of Virginia Satir, right? Because she was able to get a lot of results by not just working with the person that was dealing with their issues, but she'd work with the family as well. So, it's really beautiful. And listening to the both of you just, reeling out facts like this, to me, that's like music to my ears, because I sort of look at hypnosis more from the artistic or the right brain side of things. This is beautiful as a balance because there's the left brain side of things, meaning there's the research and the study that's been done on the brain, right? and on the mind, and listening to that, it's literally music to my ears.
Okay. See, actually, in Indian Hindu system, we say we have like 16 sanskars.
Yes.
But in our modern education, that is not being taught to our kids.
Correct.
And four sanskaras done like before the birth of the child, the 11 during his life, and one after the death, the
Yes.
Antyeshti sanskar, Antim sanskar, that is known
Hmm.
as, right? And actually, I've been reading through for this Garb sanskar because a while back I actually got to know about this and I was reading certain books on that. And we can actually use it in our career counseling because if we do this Garb sanskar properly, we can like Dr. that Abhimanyu.
Hmm.
So people don't believe it, but that was truth. That there is a learning of the child inside the womb also. And
Yes.
if we do it properly, we can actually have a genius child.
Hmm.
And not about Abhimanyu only, but there was one more story about the Queen of Kashi who had four sons and she was a very saintly woman. So she always,
Madalsa.
so
Rani
yeah,
Madalsa.
yeah. And then the king asked that, "Bhai, I don't want a saint as a son, but a warrior who can rule the." So, with those things in mind, she gave
Hmm.
birth to another child, and he proved to be a great king of Kashi. So there are stories around, but and we can actually going back to our education or our tradition, you can say, Indian tradition, I would say things can be taken care of. Or in this, during this Garbh Sanskar, not only the child but the mother is being taken care of in a beautiful way. And
Right.
because obviously the womb is the home of the new child, so obviously that should be pure, good, healthy.
Yes.
But yeah, that needs to be created.
Hmm.
Interesting discussion. I don't want to disrupt because this is really, I'm learning a lot of things about how it is implemented. So the question comes, as a digital coach, how much we have to listen? Because we know Mahatma Gandhi's three things, right? Learn means don't see, don't hear, and don't speak too much. Okay. So how much do you feel for as a digital coach, how much to become an authentic one, how much we use this three concepts? Is I am clear with the question or you want me to modify it a little bit?
See, we always say I don't really agree with Gandhiji's these statements, but okay, but what we say that to be a good speaker, a person should be a good listener first,
This one. Yes.
and to be a good writer, a person needs to be a good reader, right? So that goes hand in hand. So, whatever Gandhiji, I don't know in what context he said that, but as far as the digital coaches are concerned, I believe what I am thinking that is more appropriate for the students. At least they have, and yes, because see, even today we are in the learning stage, and now this is the truth of study. Whatever field we look at, if a student doesn't upskill regularly, nowadays not only to my kids, I tell to my students also that on the first of every month, make your resume and see, compare it with last month's. What skill have you gained during this? And that's very, very important.
Hmm.
And that is how we discipline them, that is how we organize them. And obviously, when we gain one skill, the happiness has no bounds. So that creates keeps us in happy space also. And even
Right.
in my mission statement, I never say successful careers. I always say happy careers.
Hmm.
So happiness is more important.
Yeah. Also, one very important thing, and again, this is the power of questions. Going back to what we're talking about, like body wisdom, the other thing that I've found, at least, and I can only speak from my experience, the more we learn as coaches, and in this context, as digital coaches, the more silence we're able to observe, the more silence I'm able to observe, a lot of times the answer just kind of, it just comes, right? And again, this is a powerful tool even in the context of sales or selling. The more I'm able to ask questions and then just hold that space, the more I will be guided to what to say next. Because by definition, we are all very knowledge hungry. We are all, what do we call them? We are all learners for life, right? Lifelong learners.
Lifelong learners.
So the learning part, we're constantly absorbing, which means we know a lot, right? And that's where it becomes even more powerful, because there's a benignness to what we say when we're able to hold that space. Meaning the more we're able to hold and just allow for whatever's coming through us to reach our clients or prospective clients, the more magic happens.
Absolutely, I agree with Rahul and also Kapil. Absolutely, it is right. You have to be a lifelong learners, because this I can tell my own story from this only. 1984's graduate क्या पढ़ाएगी हमको, यहाँ हम लोग 2000 साल में पढ़ रहे हैं. These were the things student used to say. You studied everything about vacuum tubes and all, and now there are chips, small chips, and everything is there. So the learning process started from there only, and from that time only you start challenging your brain. When you challenge your brain, usko khurak milta hai, then the neuroplasticity or rewiring that happens. New learnings will keep on happening, and new connection will keep on happening. So lifelong learning is a must for anybody. Learning never stops. Even our mentors, whom we consider sab aata hai, they are also a student of somebody. They are also still learning. So lifelong learning for hungry for knowledge. A digital coach, just one of the what you say, key scientific key point that they should follow. That is one thing. Second one is, when you are doing a lot of work on one field only, because hum logon ko lagta hai, like I used to feel I am an octopus. I can teach this, I can teach this, I can teach this, eight things. But when you concentrate on one thing and become excellent in that field only by climbing the rocks on that, then you, like rightly said, repetition, do it. There's something like divine downloading happens, automatically. When you are meditating, aise bolna chahiye, aise bolna chahiye, that divine downloading happens, and then you are not the same, when you are in the camera. Pehle to I used to look at it, everybody's camera is off now, where to look and teach, where to look and teach. So now you can look in the camera and then say, हाँ ये सब लोग मेरे भाई और बहनों सब लोग, and you can go on. So that's the thing that happens, and learning should never stop. And result, when you see, I used to tell my students, if you study more than me, if you go ahead, earn more, and a teacher feels very, very happy when she sees her students going ahead. Similarly, in digital coaching also, when you get the results and the clients literally cry, आपने मेरा पूरा ये बदल दिया, मुझे ऐसा हुआ, then you feel, इतना अच्छा लगता है, पता नहीं, like a mother cooks and mother feeds the child, she feels as if she has eaten and her tummy is full. So she feels happiness. That's what a digital coach, needs to be, and we are all on the path of becoming that. Thank you.
Absolutely stunning. And yes, so we have a lot of discussion. It's already 8:51. So if we no, not like that. The thing is that we are giving the values to them, right? Why did I ask this question? Because many of you can read the mind, right? So this over to you, Dr. Sharma and Rahul specifically, because both of you know me. Rahul knows me from the beginning, from last, it is going to be a year. But yes, you can read the mind. You can just let me know, why did I ask you this question? Do you have any idea?
What's the question?
That how much the listening capacity, okay, means you have come to the lifelong learners, right? Now, why this has come, and why do you think that why it has come to my mind, this question.
Lifelong learning question? I didn't get the question.
Hearing. Why listening is important.
Listening is important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people,
No, for me, just for me. Okay. Why did I ask this question about Mahatma Gandhi's listening and all this stuff?
Okay, Mahatma Gandhi said that बुरा मत देखो, बुरा मत सुनो, बुरा मत कहो.
Mahatma Gandhi नहीं, देखो स्मिता बासु क्यों question पूछे इसका?
You are launching
Why?
a new book.
Yeah. No, not like that.
No?
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Tell,
Because-
we're on edge.
Because, see, I was asking you just record it, right? This recording, those who are coming live, they can retain it. Okay, it is going to the directly to the subconscious mind, right? Because they are listening. If they are listening,
Got the question. I got the question now. So the brain can only see that is the brain can only process 120 bytes per minute. जो भी, if you say faster or if you talk faster, if you talk slower, that monotonicity sometimes your brain is not able to absorb. You know, कोई ऐसे बोलेगा कि actually
yeah, my question was, yeah, I'm just telling you because sorry to, okay, you can continue, just let me finish the question. Okay, my intention was like this. Not in my intention. This is the something very important to listen for every coaches, digital coaches. So those who have already been knowing, this is different because recording, what exactly, we don't see the recording, right? So
Correct.
I was continuously asking, yeah, because we have thousands of recording, right? We have taken so many courses, right? Udemy say, yes, I'm just taking from Coursera, right? Because I have to know this. And we don't see the, ultimately, we buy this product, we don't see the courses, right? This, our brain is want everything now, right? If they're listening now, it is directly going to the subconscious mind. So if we are asking for give me recording, doesn't work. Come live, listen to this. Means if they are retaining and it is going directly to the subconscious mind, and when they will, this absorption is happening in such a way, you know, when they will sit for the hypnosis, because hypnosis, anyways, I'm learning hypnosis from Rahul. So when he guides us, okay, we get the answer. When we are doing it, we are getting a double answer. Because it is directly we are listening the right person. If you are absorbing the right person, then you will get the right answer. If you are going for the wrong,
there is a twist here, Devasmita. We are listening to them, and there is a certain limit of focus and attention. You cannot focus and give 100% attention to all 1 hour, 2 hour. Your attention, suddenly something comes, thought comes, you know, your attention, your thought goes there, your attention goes there, your brain goes there. And suddenly you won't be able to listen. That is number one. Second one is when you listen, and even if you say, for example, exceptionally you pay attention and you listen and absorb everything, and you feel none of the student gets 100%. Even if they pay 100% attention, they get only 60%. Remaining 40%, they need to read themselves, they need to analyze themselves, they need to do some assignments on themselves, they need to work on themselves, they need to take action on themselves, apply it, see it, get result and implement it. That becomes the real knowledge. Because listening to only this thing is a potential power. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power. Knowledge into action becomes actually the power. So if you feel that I listen to Rahul, what he's saying 100%, I need to listen to Rahul, what he said, yeah, I missed some part. You go back to the recording and only listen to that. This is what Sid also said. You go it in 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, or jump, scroll from this thing to, but listen to that part several times and ingrain in yourself that is so important, and just try to do it. And our forgetful curve, if you don't repeat what is being taught in next 24 hours, you almost lose 80% of it. And if you don't revise it in 7 days, it goes almost to 20%. After 1 month, it goes off. I will forget that I have done a Facebook panel with Devasmita. I'll forget about it because you need to be continuously in that loop, that zone. That's the reason people ask recording. हमने वो miss कर दिया 5 मिनट इधर लू के लिए गए पानी पीने गए वो मिस हो गया दे दो हमको recording दे दो. We don't see the recording. That is true. I have not seen any recordings till now. That is true. But when you are learning something, you need to be in that loop.
124 and 7. 1 hour revision, then
Right, exactly.
24 hours later revision, and then 7 days later.
7 days, yeah.
Then it's
absolutely.
somewhere it is accessible. Not
Yeah.
100%.
Now I come to this thing only to Rahul, where he knows that I never listened. Okay, now the fact is no, but with the help of the hypnosis, I have increased my listening power.
Tell us more. Now we'll turn the mic over to you. Tell us more.
Yes. Now the thing is no, this when I came to know that you have to listen. Okay, if you are commanding your brain, you have to listen. It will go in a wrong direction. It will not listen because you are not the commander, right? As you always say, let it flow, right? Then I asked myself why I am not listening. What is lacking in me that I don't listen? Okay, the answer from the universe is I speak a lot. Okay, because my growth is stopped because I don't listen. Okay, there are certain things why I'm not getting growth in my business. Why? Because this is lacking listening. The time I start listening, the results are coming. So this is all happening to you only, the hypnosis you are guiding. So this why, what questions, and there are certain questions which your body and mind will not allow. That is the question how. So yes, because it is limiting yourself. Means you are limiting to a certain level. But he
You
is
mean
going to
asking
guide
the
in that.
question how?
Yeah, how to right? When I told you right, this how question I was denying my body and my mind at that time, right? I was in a
Could you sort of put it into
was
context
there.
for us so that we can
Yeah.
reference what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, I was in the washroom. I was taking I was just bathing and I was doing a water hypnosis. Okay, so I was under the water and I was asking. I was a little doubt about some of the clients. So I was asking what, why, and when, where is fine for me. So this question, how it rebels with my body and the mind. It was not coming. It was not aligning actually. When I asked the question, how? So immediately I went to you. I know I was in your session and I asked you about it. How? Then you told me you are restricting to the universe, right? The question you are restricting to a certain extent, right? It is how is a mini question, mini place. And when you are asking what I want, why I want, then it is a wider.
Very interesting. I'm going to sort of
right? And
use this as a moment of inspiration and ask Dr. Shama, from all the many years and decades of, the deep research that you've been doing, what is the reason why how as a question tends to limit us?
If your why is clear, if your why is clear, then rest all questions will become much easier.
Correct.
What is my this thing?
That's one.
What becomes clear? How becomes
Correct.
Everything is clear.
So my question is, from a brain science point of view, have you come across any kind of research where typically a what question, why of course, but a what question, a when question tends to be more expansive? A how question tends to restrict, especially when you don't know how. It's like saying, how do you make a cup of tea? If you know already how to do it, you can go through the steps mentally. You can do it visually, you can do it auditorily, depending on what is, or even from a feeling point of view, what is sort of like is second nature to you. But if I've never made tea before, and if I start trying to figure out how am I going to make tea, that usually ends up stopping me. it's the same concept when it comes to goals, right? As in like goal creation, goal achievement. So this is one of the studies which from my own, what I've been doing or been exposed to over the last 15, 16 years is that typically when you ask a how question, it's not that it's a bad question, but it can restrict us, especially if we don't know how to get it, if we don't know the how of the how. So I'm asking, like, have you come across any,
I feel how should be left to the universe. How should be left to the universe? Because the brain, right hand brain says, I want to earn at least 10 lakhs. Yeah, minimum. Left will say, Are the 20 saals, 20 years, you are struggling a lot. You have not even earned 1 lakh. How are you going to earn 20?
Correct.
Because that believes in statistics and data and
Correct.
tables and analysis and everything.
Correct.
But then spiritually, if you connect right and left and say that you have already achieved it, and make it a false that, because I'll tell you, Rahul, it may be a little a 1 minute lengthier question, but Wright brothers thought from the right brain to make this thing aeroplane. All the left hand, thousands of people sat and designed to make it true. Vacuum cleaner, or you can take Steve's job, or you can take this Mark Zuckerberg. They all thought we want to bring million of people on the same platform, Facebook.
Correct.
See, all these things, they always thought from the right. So what is there? You think, no, how, why are you questioning how? Leave it. Just leave it. How will come automatically to you by one or the other? How are you going to build a house? You don't have 10 rupees also in your pocket. How? Why? Why do you ask? So Sadhguru has said one small story, like, he just said that, I'm one fellow is going in the forest and he says, I'm very thirsty now and I want water. Kash, yahan pe kuch to nal ka, kuch pani ka. Then suddenly that fellow will see one, jhara, pani ka. Then he drinks water from there. Then he goes there. My God, it's so hot. I want some fresh fruits. Kash, I should get some fresh fruit. Suddenly he sees trees and all, he gets fresh fruits. Correct. And all. He says, I'm now satisfied. My stomach is full. Now I want to go and rest somewhere. I want to get a big tree. Then suddenly he sees big banyan tree and he sleeps there. It becomes, by the time he opens his eyes, it is so dark and he says, my God, if the ghosts start coming and eat me, what will happen? Done. So, how to get it? Even if you think about it, the universe will start manifesting, law of attraction, all those
Have
things.
you come across any like Western research on the how?
No, I have not.
Not yet, right? No, it's always fascinated me because I've seen the difference. Obviously, when we ask how questions versus what, when, who, like those questions tend to be more sort of forward driven.
How becomes a limiting question.
And it becomes more helical, right? So you sort of like go into a spiral, like, oh, how am I going to do it? I don't know. So how am I going to get out of this? I don't know. And then like you're just spinning, spiraling deeper and deeper into despair. But and the same for you as well, Dr. Chandrika. Like, have you come across anything in your years of research and study? Like why is the how designed the way it is?
I haven't gone through such thing.
What's been your experience from, just by experience also, like at times when you've done the how versus when you've not done the how?
Okay, yeah, this I can tell. Just when I was a very, very small kid, my father always wanted me to become a doctor. Even I was dreaming to become a doctor, but after my 10th standard, I got good marks. It was well and good. After my 12th, I got good marks, but I did not get a seat in medical college. Nobody knew how I will become doctor, but I just wanted to become doctor. My father wanted me to become doctor. I did not get a seat in anything. But everybody were telling, how will you become doctor? That how was always there inside. Right. But again, I took a chance. Then I wrote my
I'll pause you for a second here. You said something very important.
Yeah.
Was the how inside you or outside you?
It was somewhere outside.
Outside, right?
Yes.
Dr. Sharma was like, I know the answer to that. This is the power. You said something so powerful here. Whatever they said, it didn't penetrate whatever shield. And obviously, this is where hypnosis is so powerful. Like you had something within you, which was outside of you as well, that prevented what they thought, which was there. How are you going to do this? Because how can you? Because how are you going to afford? Because or whatever was there outside questions, you had this innate ability intuitively,
Right.
which kept that there and you inside intact. Right. And as that kept growing bigger and bigger and bigger inside of you, that doctor took life.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and many great influential people like my mentors or great gurus, even when I was just in PUC, they used to tell you will become something great in the future. You are going to serve hundreds and thousands of people. Just when they saw me and told, I thought definitely I'm going to do this. So that like I could connect to
I'll
that
pause you
vibe.
for a second again. See,
Yes.
this is the power, by the way, of when we talk about masterminds, when we talk about environment, something inside you knew what to take in. Because what they said entered.
Yes.
What other people said stayed on the outside.
Correct.
And by the way, this is why I do what I do. What you did is what came to you intuitively without you. It's not like you went to school to learn this.
Yes, true.
So it's somewhere it's inherent, it's inbuilt. It's also probably based on people that you connected with, looked up to, that you sort of automatically incepted, you drew it in and you made it part of you.
Correct.
And that this is something that other people can learn.
Definitely.
So in the early days of neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP as it's known, this was the kind of work they used to do. They would listen to these kind of frames that you're using, that, hey, when I was growing up, I took it inside. No, actually you didn't take it inside. You left it on the outside. Right, it's like that very famous. It's one of those parables of the Buddha, right?
Yes.
Where this person comes wanting to show Buddha in a bad light, and goes up to the Buddha and starts hurling abuses at him. And what does he do? He just smiles and it's like return gift.
Yes.
Like thanks but no thanks, right? So you had something like that, which just happens so, inherently, intuitively, that was one of the reasons, not the only reason, but that was one of the reasons why you are who you are today.
Yes, exactly.
Correct?
Right.
Beautiful.
And yes, universe gives a lot of things. So we should think from inside what we have to take.
So I have to say one thing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You remember what I was telling you about how not pointing out, but reflecting back to parents' language, right?
Yeah.
How many of us do what we should be doing?
Mostly
Not, right?
Yes.
So this is where, like, as coaches, this is one of the lessons, that to be mindful of how we present what is really powerful information. It's like inviting people to consider. Like, consider this is also hypnotic language. Like, consider this this moment right now, Dr. Chandralekha.
Sure.
Right? Versus, Dr. Chandralekha, you should be using language that can help other people. Which one feels better?
Consider only.
Right?
Feels
There's a softening that happens.
Yes.
And this is why, like, for me, one of the main reasons why I've got to this point is I discovered that there's something called conversational hypnosis. So there's NLP, right, which is from the 60s. Then eventually, when they started to recognize that, NLP came from hypnosis, people along the way have also discovered there's a way to have conversational hypnosis, which means you don't have to be in a formal setting where it's like, the clock, or look into my eyes, or using your breath, whatever it is to go into a state. It's just language like this, like the consider, which gives you a good feeling. So it's like, and here's a beautiful part. Even if you look in the room, I know there are 2 people here. Actually, there are 3 people here for sure whose students absolutely love you.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Dr. Sharma's like, how does he know this? Because all of you do this intuitively,
Right.
right? It's your spirit, and it's the way that you're able to watch consciously and unconsciously how people respond to you that you're shifting your messaging, right? So you're not only using, hey, I'm the teacher, might is right. You're also sort of like softening it. You're using humor, right? You're always you're generally in a happy place. Like when you're teaching, you're in a happy place, right? Which student wouldn't want to learn from teachers like that?
Definitely.
Right? Like literally, if you just look, I mean, I've got one on my like top right and 2 in the bottom row, but there's a similarity in even just your expressions. It's like you genuinely love teaching. You love people. Right?
Yes.
Absolutely. You read it. You read it right. I don't know what I was to the left or right. I don't know, but I know I am a good teacher.
Yes, exactly. And that's so powerful to acknowledge that, right? Because that's something that most digital coaches are not willing to.
Rahul, when we were teaching, no, I used to ask, how does the aeroplanes fly? How does these were the questions, technical.
Correct.
But now we are thinking in a different perspective, like your training.
And also the subject has changed. We are talking about more sort of metaphysical, like how do you go from 1 lakh to 10 lakhs? That there is no specifically
GPS.
designed path for each.
There is no GPS for that.
There's no GPS for that. Versus how do you make tea when you're up in the mountains versus when you're at sea level? There is it's already been studied, so you know. But this space, especially for digital coaches, they're in absolute, like in outer space. And each person's map is going to be different.
Perfect. Wonderful.
There's a question how, when I just asked about how do I relate with the company? Okay, is I am really going to get any benefits? That then the repairs happen. Okay, my body and my mind was not aligning to it. So how always doesn't matter. When I asked what is the benefit, I got the answer. So why, as a hypnosis, do you think now Dr. Chandralekha told one important thing that how do I become a doctor? Right. So
she knew she was going to become a doctor. That's the difference. If she had entertained the question, how am I going to become? Look at my surroundings. Look at my history, my family history. Nobody has been a doctor. How am I? That's where a lot of people fail.
True.
Yeah.
But somewhere inside, you're like, yeah, I know I'm going to be this.
That's why it took 2 years to become a digital launch myself.
Right? How?
Yes,
This is a line. I just want to share this. This is a line that I heard when in my 2019, 2020 struggle days of digital marketing, right? This is one of the lines that I picked up from Russell Brunson, where he talks about, don't think of the how, think of the who.
Yes.
So don't think of how am I going to set up, fill in the blank. It could be tool, could be website, whatever. Think of who. So who is going to make that happen for me? So with that, I think we can continue to talk till the cows come home. But Debasmita, as moderator, do let us know when we are going to wrap this.
I think I have to leave now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have my live as well. So
yes. Yeah, I saw the
congratulations to you.
Yes, and I'm giving, we are already launching. My book is, I'm just sharing the book details of HRM and hypnosis. How this is the first time in India which I'm launching. Miss, I'm not, I'm
You
launching
are?
in first. Yes,
You
I'm
are?
launching.
Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations. And we will definitely buy your book and give you 5-star rating.
Correct.
10-star rating.
Amazon full ratings.
On Amazon, best-selling author. And wish you all the best. Thank you, Rahul, for being there Very love you. Kapil ji.
To you too.
Chandralekha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lots of love.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Hello,
Means
bye
a lot.
bye. Bye bye. Everybody.
Bye bye.
My husband is calling me. Idli banao, idli banao.
Okay.
Okay, we'll catch again later with another
Another
discussion.
program, I would love to be there inside.
Yeah.
Devasmita,
Sure.
the
rock star.
Devasmita, the natural connector. This is what I told her some 6 months ago. I said, Devasmita, no, forget anything else. You're a natural connector.
Yeah, she's very sweet and very humble, very affectionate, very loving. Love you,
And
Devasmita.
genuine.
And yeah, genuine, very genuine, very genuine.
Thanks. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Ta-da. See you guys.